Everybody and their mama is talking about Rona, or as my Nigerian egg donor refers to it, koro koro. And I mean, how could you not? But the vibe is so different when you are quarantined with a small child versus like your man or a dog. See what I mean? So this is definitely not a how to homeschool your child video during quarantine, but I have to say this. I so wanted to be that parent that was like taking advantage of this great opportunity of rest that this virus has afforded us. And I was like, oh yeah, my baby gonna come out knowing how to spell, how to write, how to multiply at age 3. Well, technically age 4, because by the time we get out of this, his birthday's in 2 weeks. So by the time we get out of this, he's gonna be 4. And so I'm like, plus I also really wanted to homeschool. I've been talking about it for a while. Well, that ain't happening. Not so much to like not gonna homeschool him ever part, but like this ain't what quarantine looks like for us. This virus has really been like a forced time to rest, and I personally have just always been ripping and running and going here and going there, and just really haven't had time for him and haven't been focusing on him. And this virus is forcing me to focus on him. So the past 3 years or so, we have had, like he and I have had so many transitions, unexpected. Like we have really been hit with transition after transition, like unexpectedly, and we both have experienced some trauma. Sorry, he's over there in his bed, supposed to be taking a nap, but he ain't. He most recently had this like unexpected transition that happened at school, and since then dude been out of control. Like, I mean, just the anger and the frustration, and oh, he's peeing. We're gonna cut that out. So you probably like, Janelle, I'm really sorry that your son has been wilding out in school. We're gonna keep you lifted in prayer, but what the heck does that have to do with quarantine? This is what it has to do with quarantine, sis. Because we have nothing else to do but sit in this house and do nothing but think. That's what I've been able to do. Do nothing but think. Stop moving. And I've been like, okay, what the heck is going on with him? What is the root of his anger? And in reflecting on him, I had to do a lot of self-reflection and realize, like, sis, when you get mad, you go off. Matter of fact, before I did this video, I was like, Lord Jesus, help me not to yell at this boy. Help me not to yell at this boy. He wasn't doing nothing but wiggling and moving. And while he's wiggling and moving, the camera's wiggling and moving. He's making a lot of noise. I'm trying to record the daggone video. And I was like, oh, that's where he gets it from. I mean, I knew it before then, but because I've been like intentionally thinking about it, it's like, okay, you are his model, you are his teacher, literally, but also in life. So everything that he learns, he's learning from you. How do you deal with anger, sis? You fly off the handle. What's really going on? And then I realized, like, oh, those issues that I'm really dealing with, he's also really dealing with, because he was present for a lot of the things that went down. And then I forget, because he's such a freaking genius. My baby is so smart, and because he speaks so well, I forget that he literally is only 3. He's just a baby, and I be expecting him to act like he's 6 and 7, and I'm on his case like, oh, we gotta do this. It's like, no, he ain't gotta do nothing but be 3, sis. So during this quarantine, I have had so much time to think. It has really made me slow down. It's made me teach him how to slow down, how to think, how to process his emotions without them blowing up, how to process my emotions without them blowing up. During this time, we've done a lot. Like, I've taught him, or I'm teaching him, how to ground in and how to breathe and meditate and pray. My baby loved to pray. How to pray, and I've been able to really be present in the moment for him, and in the moment for myself, and realize, okay, what am I really upset about? What is he really upset about? Learn his triggers, learn like those things that, you know, are ticking him off that I might not even be aware of, and how to counteract them. I've been doing, like, I started 3 new devotionals, so I'll put the link to those at the bottom there on YouVersion, and they've been really helpful with causing me to really think before I speak, thus teaching him to think before he speaks. So we ain't really been doing a lot of homeschooling over here, at least not in a traditional sense. And he's at a Montessori school anyway, so he pretty much learns through like practical life principles anyway. I keep looking away because I'm making sure that he is not jumping off the bed and like getting on the neighbor's nerves or whatever. So I've been able, luckily, to kind of teach him through life principles in general, and he's not really missing too much. And at the end of this, he's 3. So like we have plenty of time to learn math and ABCs and such like that. But so the other thing is, one of my words for the year is wholehearted, and I read the book The Power of Vulnerability by Brene Brown. So the other thing I'm going to do is reread that book, and one of the guideposts is the wholehearted rest and play. And I ain't got nothing else to do besides rest. But I know, or I feel like if I reread it and I'm able to kind of apply it to my life, I will learn how to be wholehearted and become wholehearted and really teach him how to be a wholehearted child. And I get it, everybody's kid is not 3 years old. Some of y'all actually do have to homeschool your child. But this is still a perfect time for rest and reflection. So with that being said, 2 questions for y'all. First of all, how y'all surviving this quarantine, mamas? Like, y'all good? Because I'm really not good all the way. Other thing is, what has this time of forced rest shown and or taught you about yourself as a woman, as a parent? And then what about your child? Like, what have you observed? What have you been able to see with them now that we're all confined together? Like, what things are you learning about your child? Over here, we quarantining by surviving off of lots of hugs, smothering each other in kisses, lots of jumping around and playing and watching movies till we pass out. Don't judge us, judge your mom.